The British say it's ours. And what we say is, you weren't created until 1707. Our country goes back 1,096 years to 927 as one nation under God, by the way. We're a Christian nation. Let me just say, one of the important things about the English Bill of Rights is that at Section 3, as originally enacted, it protected us from the state, and it kept all of our laws and charters of the past intact for our use as for ancient usage, right? So in other words, you can refer back to it. Sir Edward Coke was one of them many moons ago. The Magna Carta was not used for 200 years. And then Sir Edward Coke said, we have a law, we have a constitution, we have the Magna Carta. 200 years later, after the Magna Carta, he brought it back in history. We haven't got something in English law called desuetude. That means we don't abolish laws because they haven't been used for X amount of years. Everything under English common law is still law until it's argued against. So you can reverse a president. I'll give you an example. Wade in America, it was unconstitutional for the courts to make a law, which is what they did. And they said, no, it's for the states to decide on the issues, Wade versus Roe. So what I'm trying to say to you is the English Bill of Rights had Section 3. The British Parliament, by stealth, in other words, they didn't tell us, they repealed Section 3 of the English Bill of Rights. If you go to Section 1, if you go to Section 2, you will see that the English Bill of Rights cannot be repealed at any time because Section 2 tells you that there is a period, and the period is of the Convention Parliament. It was 22 days. And it said if you want to make any changes forward here now, it must be done during the Convention Parliament. Once the Convention Parliament is prorogued and it goes into an ordinary Parliament, so an ordinary Parliament means normal elections, etc., not a Convention Parliament, these rights cannot be ever changed. In other words, they're set in stone, and they are set in stone.